Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Srinath. We discussed about the programming input priority of the 8051 assembly only. In that, we types of input of 8051. In that, the 8051 microcontroller can recognize 5 different events that cause the main program to interpret from the normal execution. These 5 sources of input in the 8051 are timer 0 overflow interput timer flag 0, like the another one, the timer 1 overflow interput timer flag 1, like the external hardware interput int 0 external hardware input int 1. The another last one, the serial communication interput ri and ti. In like Next, the timer and serial inputs are internally generated by the microcontroller, whereas the external inputs are generated by the additional interfacing devices. Means the timer and serial inputs are internally generated by the microcontroller. The another two external inputs are generated by the additional interfacing devices or switches that are externally connected to the microcontroller. The next we see the types of the input priority table. Input number 0, input description external int 0, address 0003h. Input number is 1, the input description timer and counter 000bh means input number 2, the external int 1 0013h. The input number is 3, the timer bar counter 1 001bh. 4, input number is 4, the serial input description serial port address 0023h. Next, the three types of input programmings, the timer input programming. Timer 0 and timer 1 inputs are generated by the timer register bits, timer flag 0 and 1, and these inputs programming by C code involves selecting the timer by configuring T mode register and its mode of operation, choosing and loading the initial values of TLX and THX for appropriate modes. Means it enable we using to write the program to use T mode and TLX and THX. These modes are used commonly, enabling the input enable registers and corresponding timer bit. The next you see how we'll write how we write the program of the timer input programming using C language, like T mode and THX. These are these modes of the programming. The next another type external hardware input programming. In that the TTI space resource center keeps you up to space with space. See how the structure of the external hardware input programming. The another the next the 8051 microcontroller consists of external hardware inputs int 0 and int 1 as discussed earlier. These are the enabled at pin 3.2 and pin 3.3. These can be edge triggering or level triggering. In that there are two types of triggerings, in like the level triggering and edge triggering. The low at pin 3.2 enables the input. Pin 3.2, the high to low transition enables the edge triggering input. The another one is the level triggering. They enable the corresponding bit of external input of internal and input enable the register. If it level triggering, just write the subroutine appropriate to this input, or else enable the TCON register bit corresponding to the edge triggering input, whether it is int 0 or int 1. The next they see the program of the edge triggering external hardware input programming. Void main it 0 is equal to x01. The next we see another type of the serial communication input programming. Serial communication input come into the picture when there is a need to send or receive data. It means sending or taking the data since one interput bit is set of both TI and RI receiver flags. It means in the above we the types like the serial communication of the TI and RI is there, like that the TI, it means TI means transfer interput and RI means receiver interput flags. Interput services routine must examine these flags to know the actual interput. The another, the sending through serial port with 963 baud rate using serial interput. Use using the serial interput 9600 baud rate using serial input. Wide mine T mode THI using like that. Thank you.